Let's see. What did my pop out app? Yeah. Yeah. Zoom. Oh, so it's rough. Rough. Rough, rough. So let's see. Nobody's in here, so I'm earlier than usual. I thought it was on week 14. I might have counted wrong. I started April 20th on Carnivore. You can see my face is all puffy. I got up this morning, my eyes are all puffy. I don't know what it was from. I'm not sure. I didn't eat breakfast. I went to Spokane. What did I have? I had my coffee in the morning. Then I had ketones. I had I think I told you guys last week I'm doing the ketones. Um, yeah, I'm starting earlier than usual, so I might not have anybody come in today. I've started the exogenous ketones. The chocolate stuff, I don't know why, but it gives me gut ache. So I'm gonna quit taking it. I paid a lot of money for it too. I'm gonna quit taking that and save that for another time. But I'm taking the berry stuff, and supposedly if you take it before you eat, excuse me, it'll keep your ketones up, and that's what helps your mitochondria, and that helps that's where your energy comes from. And apparently my mitochondria were pretty dead. I think I forgot. Yeah, I did. I forgot to take the salt water yesterday because I take the hot salt water in the morning, and I take it's ketones right after that. So this morning I did my salt water because I noticed my energy is a lot better when I take the salt water. I don't think I'm taking a whole teaspoon. I'm probably, because I kind of eyeball it, I'm probably taking a half teaspoon in water. That's enough. It's the pink Himalayan salt, and it helps me with energy. I was kind of surprised for the first few days I did it. Then I got my ketones in. I started using those. But once you eat, your ketone levels nosedive to almost nothing. If you're somebody like me, you don't have any. So I put off eating breakfast. I was doing, oh, you got to eat this and you have to get your calories up and all that. And I tried that for a few months and I gained weight. I got my calories up to maintenance, what they consider maintenance calories, and my metabolism is so slow, I gained weight. So I can't eat all those calories. They say if you eat too few calories, you won't lose weight, but that's not true because I ate when I was hungry on keto, and because I was eating plant food, I was eating salads and stuff like that. I Once my body adjusted to, I guess it took 5 months. I started losing weight, and I wasn't eating. I was probably eating 600 calories a day, which is what I usually eat. It's been that way. I just don't like eating. I don't get hungry. Very rarely do I get hungry. I'll start feeling like every once in a while after eating a lot of food like that. I think 1 or 2 days I got hungry just a little bit when I didn't eat. But yeah, like right now I haven't eaten. I ate one meal yesterday. I had pork belly, which I realized, hi, 3 people. Where's my YouTube? I look rough. I do. Let me see. Where's my YouTube thing? There you are. There you are. Good morning, Cindy. Hi, Dawn. Hello, hello. Yeah, I did my pop out on my thing so I can. There. There we go. So anyway, yeah, I just Jill said just eat when you're hungry, because I mean I was in my last meeting with Kelly Hogan. That was the $50 a month thing I had to pay for. I did for 1 month because I wanted to see what it was like. And it was interesting. I learned some stuff. She's really good researcher. She's good at what she does. And I didn't realize it, but in her email, I didn't go down all the way. I just found, because there's a big space and I missed everything below the email that she put out, tons of information. I just happened to go through it looking for something. It's like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is here. How did I not see this? I did that like Tuesday. My last meeting was Wednesday. But she talked about how, um, gosh, what was it she talked about? It was really good. If you see me reach over, I'm letting flies out. They get in here when I open the doors to come in. And then the mosquitoes, when I let the flies out, the mosquitoes come in. Anyway, she had some really interesting information, but I have to kind of, just from experience, have to kind of disagree with that. The experts that you have to keep up maintenance calories to lose weight, because when I did keto, I didn't. It just took a lot longer. But right now I'm on my 14th week, 13th week or 14th. I don't know. My computer kept whacking out, so I couldn't tell. All right, where'd my YouTube go? There it is. Keeps disappearing on me. I think it's me messing around. Anyway, I did the salt, and I did the ketones, the chocolate pack. Look at this mosquito bite I got. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I can't pull my arm up far enough. It's right here. It was a while. It was like it bit me 2 or 3 nights ago. And it's like, ow. Well, it's still it's actually swelled up. So I can show you how big it is. See that? That's how big the poison in there is. But I found that when you do carnivore, you do get a deal with histamines. And histamines are the things that, like, you react to plant. Like, I was out pulling weeds in the garden 2 days ago. I was walking back. Oh, I got to start pulling these things. They're getting too big, because I need to pull them out. And it was hot. It was like 90 some degrees. And I'm pulling them. And I was, my arms were kind of prickling in my hands, because I do, have you ever picked green beans and had that happen where you get the itchies? It's making me itch just thinking about it. Um, I reacted. I reacted to that, and came in the house, and it felt like I had fiberglass all over my arms and my stomach, and it was like, whoa. And I had my t-shirt on, and I sat down, didn't think much about it. I went and sprayed some A+ on my arms, the stuff that I make with the silver in it, because that helps with that, like poison ivy and things like that. And out you go, out you go, out. Nope, he came in. He didn't want to go out. But I sprayed that on, and it quelled all that. And I need to spray some on my wrist too, because if I touch it, it starts to itch. So anyway, I did that, went and sat on the couch to take a breather, because it was really hot outside. And I couldn't put my arms on the front of my t-shirt, because I guess it's the oils in the plants or something. I touched and it was like somebody was poking me with needles all over my arms, and I had welts everywhere. So I had to go change my t-shirt. And that's a severe reaction to pulling those weeds. And it was mullein, which is and I didn't have gloves on, of course, because I didn't plan on pulling weeds. It was mullein and this little plant. It looks like a dandelion, but it's tall and bushy, and I don't know what it is. Anyway, those were the two weeds I was pulling, and I didn't pull the stuff that had spikes in it, because I know better than that. But anyway, yeah, so I had a bad reaction to it. And I realized it was the histamines. And that's something that you get reactive to when probably because you're not eating plants. If you're not eating green plants, your body forgets how to fight off any toxins in them, and they all have some kind of toxin in them. And I think that's what it is. It's just a reaction. Now, you got people that do carnivores, say, oh, this is the proper human diet. We're not meant to eat plants. But I disagree. The Bible talks about eating herbs of the field. When Adam and Eve sinned, they got to eat the herbs of the field. So, and cultivate that. So I know it's not just eating meat is not the proper human diet. Nowadays, it is the best human diet to be carnivore, or very like ketovore, which is a minor bit of plants with meat, because of all the toxins that they've sprayed on them. Who knows what's coming out of the air, out of the sky. But it's the least damaging, unfortunately. So you're but I'm getting, after 3 months, 3.5 months, I'm kind of used to it. And it's like, what else would I be eating? Salad? It's like, don't really sound all that good. And salad takes up a lot of room in your fridge. But I'm getting used to it. But I do know that I'm not eating enough fat. I know that for a fact. Even my ex said that when he started eating more fat, he started losing weight. Now, Humi, I don't know if you guys know who Humi is. He is a poster, geez, for years on D Live with PSB, very well liked. He hasn't been there for a couple of years now. I can't remember what happened, but I think he got banned by Didi or somebody, and he just said, yeah. And then he couldn't get back in, and he says, I'm not going to do it anymore. So he quit posting. But I still stay in contact with him. And he had very bad health problems, going to the doctor to get a liver transplant, bad health problems. And he was not happy about that. He's a smart guy, very smart guy. Anyway, I don't know how he got on it, but he started drinking because he was at a liver doctor and they didn't give him much time to live. And excuse me, he started taking papaya leaf tea. And I think he did a few other things, but the papaya leaf tea he stuck with, and it repaired his liver and it reversed his liver damage. So he didn't need a transplant anymore. And his doctor calls him his miracle patient. But his doctor won't listen to him when he says it was the papaya leaf tea. Well, I thought about that. Oh, that's something that Kelly Hogan said. She said, I know she did a whole thing on insulin resistance on Wednesday. Not a whole thing, but a bit about it. And she talked about how a fatty liver can cause insulin resistance. And I thought, I don't know, I would have a fatty liver, but I probably do. I'm just kind of I'm experimenting with what I'm doing, and I'm also like, well, because this is a clean way of eating, you clean out all the peripherals. You've cleaned out sugar, carbs, or no carbs. So there's no I'm eating dairy, but not milk, nothing with high carb in it. So I'm not even eating cottage cheese or anything like that. Every once in a while I'll have some cheese. Like if I make a hamburger, I'll put some cheese on it. But very seldom. Cream, I'm having cream most every day because it has high fat, and that's how I'm getting a lot of my fat. So it's weeded out all the peripherals. So now I can do things like I'm going to try salt and see if that helps, because I know it's not the meat I'm eating. So I try salt. Oh, I got energy. Yay. For the first time in 4 months, 3 months, I got energy. So I knew salt had I was low salt, because one of the doctors, he's a bald guy, I can never remember his name. He talked about he says, if you don't have energy, you're probably low salt. He says, try salt in the morning. He says, with some hot water, drink it right after you get out of bed, drink it before you eat anything. And I did that. And that same day I had a little bit. It's like I got up and shuffled some papers and did some stuff. And I thought, okay. Because before, if I took a shower, I was done. I take a shower in the morning and I could barely get through it. And getting dressed, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to lay down. It was bad. It was an imbalance, obviously, a severe imbalance. So I do salt my meat. Apparently I don't eat enough salt. So anyway, I did that. I got some energy. Then I got the ketones. I got some energy. But I hadn't lost any weight. So I know, see, to me, everybody goes, oh, you can't go by losing weight if you're healthy. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. For me, when I start losing weight, then I know my body is finally adjusting and doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because right now I'm swelled up. Hey, you look at my face. I'm all puffy. Look at my arms. It's all puffy. There's a lot of, what do you call it? Lipedema. I got lipedema, which I don't think is an abnormal thing necessarily. I think people that have a lot of stress their body does weird things with that. It's a high cortisol situation. So you start getting some weird reactions. Your body doesn't know what to do with, because you're not stopping the stress. I've been stressed all my life. Plus I'm type A, doesn't help. But anyway, that mega stress. I saw two ladies at Costco yesterday. I'm pretty sure they were probably living in the same house. I don't know if it was a mother and daughter. I didn't see their faces. I saw them from behind, but they had massive lipedema. And usually their ankles and their feet will be small, unless their ankles will be big if they've got to the point where they got hypothyroidism. Cankles are hypothyroidism because you lose your arch and your tendons stretch out. So instead of having a nice slender profile, those tendons end up getting straight up and down, and they look fat because there's no definition there. The tendons have stretched out. Well, I've had that since I was a kid. I remember when my arches fell. Oh my God, I thought it was like somebody was taking razors and cutting my feet, and I'd pull my shoe off and look, and I was just sure it'd be full of blood, and there was nothing there. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't know it was my arches. I didn't know. I was so young, I didn't even know what an arch was. But I remember when they fell, and it went on for about a year, and it was extremely painful. And that was from stress, massive stress. So anyway, the papaya leaf tea is what Humi said it's the thing that cured him for his fatty liver and his liver damage. It reversed the liver damage and everything. So the foods that we're eating and have eaten with the poisons attack the liver. You wouldn't think it would put fat on the liver, but it does. And so if you've got a fatty liver, you're almost guaranteed to have, as a matter of fact, I think that's a sign of um, insulin resistance, which I know I've got. I've got all the signs of it, all of them. I don't take my blood. I don't do that. I don't like razors. I don't think it's good to cut into your skin on a regular basis. You're letting things in that aren't supposed to be in. But and I don't like razors. So anyway, I've got all the physical observable things, and I've got this vibration plate which I've got to stick my nose to the grindstone. I used it yesterday morning. I'm going to use it today about 10-15 minutes, and that will help with this lipedema stuff. They claim the lymph nodes are congested, which could be. It could be that's the problem. And when you're on the vibration plate, it vibrates and it shakes. It helps with your circulation. It helps open up the lymph nodes to flush out the toxins. That's what they're for. I remember when I was a kid, a little kid, my lymph nodes were always swelled up underneath here, always. I remember I could take them and pull them out. It felt like a marble under my skin. I could move them to the outside of my face right here. And doing that when I was a little kid, maybe moving that was a massage. I don't know, but they were swelled up. So I was fighting things when I was a kid. I was always like that. I haven't done it for years. I don't even know if I don't know. They might be. That might be why I've got such a thing there. But anyway, yeah. So I'm working on. I bought some papaya leaf tea, and I'm going to. I'm going to have a ritual in the morning of doing the salt water, the tea, and then the ketones, because I want to, instead of eating all the time like I had to keep my calories up with the carnivore daily, what they say, it's a daily maintenance calories. What I'm going to do is, and I have been doing to some degree for the past month and week, is I'm just going to eat when I'm hungry. And I got up at 8 o'clock. It's 11 on the nose. I'm not hungry. The cream in my coffee helps with that though. But anyway, yeah, the brown packets, the chocolate packets give me gut ache, really bad gut cramps. I don't know what's in there. Usually I get that from eating like having sugar alcohols without food. Sometimes I know what it was before. It was the collagen. I wonder if that's got collagen in it. My body already has too much collagen, I found out. And that's why I was getting gut aches when I ate the collagen. I'd have powdered collagen, I'd put it, and I kept getting these gut aches. And I thought, what the heck is causing that? And I thought I ruled out everything. I narrowed it down and thought it was the sugar alcohols, but no. Like I said, I'm clean now. So when I drink this, within half an hour, I'm getting gut aches and gotta go to the bathroom. Really bad gut cramps. So I knew that it was something in the packet, and I thought it was sweetened with stevia, but there's something else in there, and I'm gonna have to contact that doctor and find out if she's got sugar alcohols in there, or collagen. I should go. I'm gonna run get that. I'm gonna see if what else, because I looked at it, but it might be that was online. I didn't look at my packet box. It did cross my mind that it could be the chocolate in there because it's just chocolate powder. Okay, this is what I've been taking. And that's backwards. Is that forwards for you guys? Or do I need to mirror my screen? Dutch chocolate, naturally flavored. Turn up your energy. It does help with energy, I gotta say. Smaller portions for you. Yeah, so I don't like eating 3 times a day. Like I said yesterday, I went to Spokane, I had my coffee, I had my ketones, No, I didn't drink my coffee yesterday. I had my tea. Did I? Yeah, I did. I had coffee. Yeah, because I made a new pot. And I had this stuff. It's got sweetener in it. Is this reversed for you guys? I can't tell. On my screen, it's backwards. I might need to fix my display. But anyway, I had this. What I do is I'll take I took an insulated mug, fill it with ice cubes, put this has 2 scoops is 1 serving, and I only put 1 serving in. So I had 1 serving of ketones yesterday. I put the scoop in there, and then I poured in some unsweetened soda water that has flavor to it. And because this has a sweetener in it, it was just right. The sweet was just right with that whole thing with the pop. I think I had strawberry sunset or something yesterday, or whatever it was, but it was really good. I can shake it up in that bottle, gently shake it, and it's fizzy, so I have to be careful I don't open it and spray my face again, like I've done 3 times. But yeah, I drank on that yesterday, and I didn't eat till I got home around 4. And I was kind of hungry, but I wasn't getting like hunger pangs or anything. I was kind of getting a little hungry. And so I bought some pork belly. I've never had pork belly before. And all it is, I think, is uncut bacon, raw bacon. It's the right way. Yeah. If you eat a lot of smaller portions, what happens with that? That's what they tell diabetics to do. It's the worst thing they can do. Every time you eat, it spikes your blood sugar. Every time you eat. If you have a snack, boom, up goes your blood sugar. So you end up with all these high spikes of blood sugar with no chance of it to come down. That's why I think people that do intermittent fasting, which I don't like that term really. It's just not eating, like you have a 6-hour eating window, 8-hour eating window. Most people do 6 or 3. You just everything you eat in the day is going to be then. And I don't snack. I never have snacked. I don't like to snack. But if you snack, I mean, it's just one thing, it'll spike your blood sugar, just like you ate a whole meal. And it dumps your ketones. You drop your ketones, and your ketones where you get your energy. So let me see what's in here. That's why I don't eat small portions. And I was told to do that by some nutritionist at one time. It's like when I found out that was the worst thing you can do. Let's see. The ingredients are so tiny I can't even see them. Well, years ago I could, but let's see. Ingredients. Natural flavors, whatever those are, I'd like to know. This is supposed to be healthy, and she, I think, oversees the making of this. I'd like to know what her natural flavors are. Cocoa powder, stevia extract, and xanthan gum. I'm thinking it might be the cocoa powder. I don't know. Or it's something in the natural flavors. But the main ingredient is natural flavors, which is concerning unless they've got their label wrong. It's made in Plano, Texas. FDA. Sourced from an FDA registered facility. Sourced from a GMP certified facility, whatever that is. 100% verified, laboratory tested. That doesn't usually mean anything either. So start with a smaller dose, titrate as your body adapts to using ketones for fuel. So I didn't have to do that. This is a dietary supplement. Mix 1 packet in 8 to 10 ounces of water or your favorite beverage. Use with or without food up to 3 times a day. At $70 a box, I'm not going to be doing this 3. I'm doing 2 times. So what I'm doing is one of these, which is 1 whole serving, because it comes in a packet. I just dump it in my coffee cup. This thing here. Gluten-free, soy-free, sugar-free. I just dump one of these in my coffee cup and then put cream in it and then put the coffee in it and mix it all up. So I can tolerate this, but I can't this. So I don't know if it's the chocolate or the natural flavors, but the natural flavors might also be in the other. I've got to look. It may be the chocolate. I don't know, but it sure gives me gut distress. Holy Toledo. Alrighty. Two scoops is one serving. So one scoop, this, I don't know, does this give you that many extra ketones? Or is it just ketones? Do I get ketones from drinking that? Is like, it'll just stimulate ketone. Or do I need more to make more ketones? I don't know. But anyway, I'm using one scoop of this, naturally flavored. Start with a smaller dose, titrate as your body adapts. I read this to you guys the other day, last week. Citric acid, malic acid, natural flavors, stevia extract, acacia gum, xanthan gum, and salt. I don't taste the salt in this, oddly enough. I like this. I like the flavor of this. It's actually really good. It's a raspberry lemonade. I can take it by itself in ice water, or I mix it with soda water, flavored soda water. Like I mixed it with a lemonade. Was it blackberry lemonade or something? With this was really good. It's tasty. It's not a lot of people are, oh, I don't like the taste. I'm pretty picky with the taste. I thought it was really good. But anyway, yeah, this doesn't bother my guts, but that thing does. So I'm going to get more of this. Supposedly she's going to raise her prices again. This was 67.99, so 68 bucks with tax. It's 70 bucks. But she's going to raise her prices again. They were 50 bucks. Now they're 70. I don't think prices are going up that fast, but maybe they are. She said she's going to try and keep from raising them too high because she's going to stop advertising, which I've never seen her advertise except on her show. So anyway, it's good if you need ketones. So that's what I drink. Right now I'm drinking my tea, Humi's tea, papaya leaf tea, which he said cured his liver problem. So I figure it's worth a try. And if it really was what helped him, I'm for it. I'll try it because it wasn't super expensive and it doesn't taste that bad. It's an herbal tea and it's got that, I don't know, green. And it's kind of almost has a background of floral in it. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. We'll see how that works with oh God. I hung up a fly strip about 2 weeks ago. It hasn't caught but one fly, but it's caught me like 6 times in my hair, of course. Since it's not working, I'm just going to stick it on the back porch because I keep walking into the dang thing. It's in my window. And when I go to open the curtain, poof, right on my forehead. Or if I bend over to open the window, poof, right on my forehead. It's like, are you kidding? So I've got this, and that stuff's really hard to get out. But anyway, that's going outside. So yeah, this tea, I'll let you know if this is working because I started, in the past week, I started gaining weight again. I got up to 202, which is the most I've ever weighed in this little journey. And I'm like, what the heck? Because I hadn't been eating that much. I thought, I don't know why. I don't know. I gained. It's like my body. It's just my body. And I stopped weighing myself. And then today I thought, well, I'm going to be on air, so I better weigh myself. Now, granted, I did go to Spokane yesterday, and I just intermittently used my air conditioning, and I get pretty hot. My back was getting sweaty, which I don't usually sweat, so I know I was hot. So I did sweat yesterday, and that might be why. But I got on the scale, and I'd had a cup of salt water before I weighed myself, which weighs about 8 ounces, half a pound. So when I weighed myself, I was 198.2 or something. Yeah, free spirit, how you doing? So anyway, I'd lost a little bit, but I don't know if it might have been water weight from the trip yesterday. So technically, without that salt water, I probably would have been 197, which is the least I've weighed since I started this. I think that's what I started out at, was 197. So we're getting there. But you can see my arm. Look at that line there. This is all that lipedema stuff. It's a weird fat. It's like floppy. There's no tone to it. You look at black ladies, they have nice firm, they must have really thick skin because their fat is almost always firm. They might have some cellulite, but they're firm. I'm not. I'm flop. And I've been like this since my 20s. I've had floppy, it's cortisol fat. I can about guarantee you that's what it is. One day they will catch up with that. So how you doing, free spirit? Yes. If you want to tick off your neighbors or annoy your family, hang up a fly strip where they go a lot. Yeah, like I said, I caught one fly on it after being up there for a couple weeks. So I'm doing the saltwater, uh, the papaya leaf tea, and then probably doing this powder. This is the only flavor it comes in a tub. All the rest of the flavors come in packets, which I think is more expensive for them to make. I don't know, but yeah, they have I think it's raspberry cucumber or something. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I guess I don't really like cucumbers. I think I ate them because I thought they were good for me. Not a big fan. I like them in vinegar and a little bit of vinegar and oil and salt and pepper, but I don't had a cucumber sandwich once. My neighbor talked me into it. It's like, yuck. But I tried it and it was actually pretty good. She goes, no, you got to try it. She goes, we had this during the Depression. It was really good. And so that, yeah, people have different tastes and what they think is really good. You might be like, yeah, it was good. It was good. So, yeah, so I'm doing that. The ketone thing, I'm down 197 so that's like 5 pound difference from last time I weighed myself, which was probably 5 days ago. Oh, not too bad if it stays, but it might shoot right back up again. It might. I don't know. I'm waiting. It could be the ketones that are helping, and I hope it is because once they kick in and start working, what it's doing is repairing your mitochondria. You're late for wisdom lessons. No wisdom here. You're talking to a person who's almost daily sticks their head in fly paper. This is not wisdom. I'm sorry. I was at a yard sale the other day, and that's where I got an espresso machine, and a little one. I've got one out in the shed, but it's locked up and I can't find my key for it. So I bought one, and I don't have espresso very often, but I thought it'd be nice to have one. It was only $10, so I grabbed it. But the lady where I went, I didn't recognize her, but she recognized me, and it's like she goes, "I recognized your laugh," and I hadn't talked to her for probably 35 years, maybe 40 years. I don't know, since we were kids. And she goes, oh, I knew who you were because she asked me my name. And I said, yeah. And I said, well, who are you? And she goes, I'm Lori. I'm Lori Howell. I said, what? It's like, I didn't once I put dark hair on her because her hair was blonde. When I put dark hair on her head, then I recognized her. It's like, oh yeah, you're Lori. That was really weird. But she recognized my laugh, which I didn't know I had a weird laugh. So yeah. Progress. Yes, some progress. Absolutely. And I had a couple nights or one night where I didn't sleep. I was awake all night till about 5:30, which hadn't happened for the 3 or 4 months I've been on this. Um, I had drank papaya leaf tea in the late afternoon, and I think it might have been this. Usually, herbal things don't keep you awake, but it's possible this has caffeine in it. I don't natural caffeine. I don't know, but I couldn't sleep. It might have been energy from it. I don't know. Anyway, I did try the pork belly, and somebody says, "Isn't that just uncured bacon?" And I'm like thinking about cutting it. I was like, "Yeah, I guess it is. It's uncured bacon. It's expensive and it's mostly fat." But everybody's going carnivore now, and it's all gone. I went to my local butcher here in town, in the next town over, and they had none. And I said, "Well, you must have a lot of people that do carnivore around here because I don't know anybody that just eats pork belly to eat pork belly." And they said, yeah, we do. And then somebody else said that they played stuff for carnivore on the radio all the time, local radio. Got a fly strip hanging over my trash can. I get caught on mine a couple times a day. I'm the only one. Oh, you catch fly? No, my flies are wise to it. I put them up last year and I caught quite a few flies, and I think word got out because when I put the second one up, they avoided it. I think the word got out. And now it's like, I don't know, it must be like one of those things where they do the generational don't do this thing. Because yeah, these are big fly. I don't even know how they get in here, but I put cat food out for the cat. And if I don't remember to clean it out really quick, it's that the water stuff. I have to put it in a container and throw it in the freezer because he won't eat the food part. He'll eat the liquid. He'll lick all the juice off, and so the meat's left, and that's what the flies like. So I have to keep putting it in the freezer. But when I open the doors, they'll fly in because they're all over. Mosquitoes too. But anyway, yeah. So I'm glad I'm not the only one walking into the fly strip. So yeah, it's progress. So I'm like I said, I'm trying this. I bought this probably a month ago, and I need to get myself. I get serious about taking care of the liver. See, because there's, if it's a fatty liver that's causing this, then I need to get rid of the fatty liver because I'll tell you, insulin resistance is a pain in the butt, especially if you don't have energy. They said the best thing you can do is walk after you eat. Get up and just walk 5-10 minutes. And it doesn't have to be strenuous, just get up and move around. And it's like when you are so tired that you can't even take a shower without passing out, you aren't walking anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So this I'm just finding workarounds. And I thought, I want to do the school. I want to do that training for carnivore and keto to be a counselor. Well, how can I be a counselor if I'm fat? Well, I thought, you know what though? As I'm losing weight, I won't start until February. I mean, the school is 6 months long and it starts in September. And during that time, I will probably lose that weight. So I would have an example. But the thing is, there are a lot of people like me who can't lose weight on carnivore or keto. They just can't, and they don't understand why, because they've all of a sudden cut out their sugar, cut out their carbs and all that. They cut them way down and they're still not losing weight, which actually flies in the face of the common knowledge of how carnivore and keto work. It has to work if you're but the thing is, no, they're finding that the liver, without sugar coming into the body or starches, which turn to sugar, the body converts them to sugar. Without that coming in, the liver will make sugar. Will just go out there and make sugar. And so you could have been eating spoonfuls of sugar, or you can just let your liver do it. So it's kind of like a dirty, rotten trick that it does, and it'll make the sugar, and your blood glucose levels will be high, even though you haven't touched sugar or carbs. You could be zero carb, and your liver's going to just be out there pumping out the sugar. It's like, I don't know how you do that, but the fatty liver is part of that, and it's doing what it's supposed to do because you need sugar, you need glucose for energy. But when you're doing carnivore or keto, you're teaching your body to use fat for fuel instead of sugar. That's why when you do a regular diet, the standard American diet, you eat every 3 or 4 hours. You get hungry every 3 or 4 hours, right? And you eat, and then you're good for another 3 or 4 hours. So when you do carnivore or keto, you're doing a little bit higher fat with keto. You're still having a little bit of carbs. You're ideally getting under 20 total carbs. I was doing net carbs and I still lost weight. But 20 total carbs, which is almost, I think a grape has 20 total carbs, one grape, something like that. You're eating more fat, a little bit more protein than normal. So doing that, you teach yourself not to use the carbs for the fuel. And with carnivore, there's maybe in cream, there might be, depending on the brand, you might get a carb in there, but for the most part, you're not getting any carbs. You're zero carb. And so you're doing that, and your body is forced to use fat for fuel. I'm not getting carbs. And so, but look at me. I haven't lost any weight, still fat. So what's going on? My liver is making sugar, and that sugar is being used. So that's why I'm not burning fat for fuel. My liver is happily churning away and making all the sugar. So I can't lose the weight. Now, this does stabilize after a while when you're reading out your toxins, because there are toxins on our food. Even, salad, they talked about putting mRNA in salad or in lettuce. They talked about that in 2021, that they're going to start putting mRNA, that they're adulterating everything. So what happens when they do that and people are eating salad thinking, well, I'll just do lower calorie, I should be losing some weight, and they actually gain weight or stay the same? It's because they've poisoned the food. They want people fat because when you're overweight, you are sick. You don't feel good. Like I played a video last night on my show of a guy that used to weigh 700 pounds, I think. Was it 700? He was a big boy. he started doing carnivore, but he realized, I think he's lost 260 pounds. He's still big. He doesn't, his face, he lost the fat in his face. He looks from here up, he looks normal. He doesn't, you'd never guess he was overweight, but he's still got a lot to lose. But he said, yeah, think about putting 265 pounds on your back and trying to move around. It's hard. So people that are overweight, even if it's just water weight, because a lot of the foods, the poisons cause water weight, get stuck in the cells. Think about packing that weight around. It's exhausting. It's really exhausting. So you got to ask yourself, why do they want people fat? They want them exhausted. They don't want them ready to take up arms and protect their country. They don't want them to think properly. They want them focusing on feeling like crap. Oh, I can't do that. I feel, oh, I can't walk. I got to go to the store. I'm just going to call Uber or whatever. I know they got some kind of delivery service. I don't know what it is. We don't have it here. So, but anyway, yeah, they want people to be sick because a sick nation is easy to conquer. That's my opinion anyway. So, yeah, with the all that stuff going on, maybe so careful with what you eat. But I figured, they can spray out of the skies onto the food sources. But if you have a cow or a pig or a chicken, the interior is what you're going to be eating. Some people like pork rinds. People will eat those. That's pig skin. But um, for the most part, you're getting fairly clean food, and especially with cattle, they are ruminant. Their digestion process uh, weeds out the toxins through 4 different stomach processes, and it is thrown out in the chaff. It doesn't go into the meat. So when you're eating beef, which I prefer, I'm not really a big pork fan, but I guess I got to eat pork because of the fat on it. I'm getting to where I really don't like chicken that much anymore either. So eating things that are clean without the chemicals they are introducing into our food supply. Carnivore is good for that. And as it turns out, beef is one of the most nutrient dense foods you can eat. That's how God made it. Probably in anticipation for what's happening now. I don't know. So you can literally live on carnivore. You can live on beef for years without eating any other vegetables or fruits or anything like that. It's literally doable. Your body can sustain that. So and you think about, like I said, the Eskimos, they would eat only whale blubber, seafood, things like that. They never had vegetables. They couldn't grow them. No fruits, no vegetables, and that's what they lived on. And some of them still do. And they have no problem surviving on that. So it is doable. When I realized that, then I knew that I could be carnivore. Because before that, I thought, well, what am I? I got to eat my vegetables, even though I don't like them all that much, but I got to eat them for the vitamins. And it's like, no, you don't. Surprisingly so. Iodine, possibly, if you're not eating any seafood, iodine is a supplement. I noticed though that doing carnivore, I did need magnesium. My legs, when I'd stretch in the morning in bed, which is a sign that I know I'm feeling better and getting better, I would stretch. Oh, excuse me. Because I noticed when I used to fight fire and I was in really good shape, I would always stretch and just totally tense up all my muscles first thing in the morning. And so I was doing that in bed, but my calves were cramping. So I knew I needed calcium or magnesium. I don't know why, but my body's using a lot of magnesium right now. I'm not sure why. No idea. But I make my own electrolyte. It's got magnesium, glycinate, potassium chloride, and is it chloride? I think so. And then salt, red sea or pink sea salt. I use the Himalayan stuff, and it works pretty good. It's got a little bit, the potassium and magnesium have a little bit of an odd flavor to them. But what I'll do is I'll take a like half to a quarter teaspoon, and I'll fill up a glass with ice water, and I'll sprinkle it over the ice, and then put some flavored soda water. No sugar. There's just unsweetened. What do you call it? Seltzer water, and drink it that way. And it actually tastes pretty good. It tastes a lot better, excuse me, in the summer when you need it than it does in the winter, though. I'll tell you that. But you probably need less in the winter because you're not out moving around as much unless you got a big driveway to shovel. So let's see. As for I've been getting things done. I'll tell you, I'm looking out back. I think was it last week? When did I do this? I think I just did this a few days ago. Did I tell you guys yeah, I was told you last time I was doing the salt water and I was feeling better. Well, I cleaned out just in one day. I got a massive amount of my back porch cleaned off. Um, and up here I'm thinking, okay, what do I, as a matter of fact, when I had to sit down and do something Wednesday, when I had my meeting with Kelly Hogan, all I could think about was I got to get out there. I got things I want to do. And it wasn't, and I was out there actually doing things, spraying off tables and wiping them down and wiping jars and organizing them and getting them in the basement, things that were sitting out here for years that needed done. I didn't even use my furniture last summer. Whole back porch was covered. I didn't have the energy to clean it off. I have really nice patio furniture I bought 3 years ago. Never set it up. It just sat out there getting spiders and dirt. But yeah, I went and cleaned it all off. I pulled it out in the yard and scrubbed it down, and uh I wanted to keep going. There were things I wanted to do, but I couldn't because I had other things I had to do. But when I get done here, I will be going out there and setting up I'll show you guys. I'll do a thing out there and I'll take the camera out so you can see. I should have taken a before picture. My sister remembers what it looks like. It was bad. Things were just heaped and piled up. But yeah, I've got plants I need to transfer. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do there. I've got a bedroom I've got to clean up. But right now it doesn't sound like it's hard. It's like, oh, I got to get that done. Not before it was like, oh my gosh, all this stuff. Oh, I got so much to do. I got to scrub my shower. I mean, thinking about all the things I had to do, I was like, I don't, oh, I can't do it. Now it's like, I've got to do this and this and this. I've got only so much time to get it all done. And I'm getting the energy back to be able to do that. So my house, I mean, it's got to looking like a derelict lived here. It's bad. Oh my gosh, free spirit. Yes. Just seeing the word make me do that or thinking about it or yawning. I just saying it sometimes. Yep, here it goes. Don't like that. I don't know why. My very suggestive. I'm watching an old movie and it happens, and I'm like, these people have been dead for 50 years and they still trigger me to do that. So, yeah, you guys used to do that to me all the time. It drove me crazy. So, anyway, I'm not looking at the screen because of that. Yeah, so I got things I'll be doing. Then I got to go to town with my sister. We're gonna get something to eat, and we bought tickets for a car. Hopefully, we win. I could use that car because I need a car. I've got a little Prius, and I'm worried that the big battery banks will go out even. I mean, it's got 130,000 miles. I think I bought it with 120,000, 124 or something. I haven't put that many miles on. I never go anywhere. But I'd like to trade that in. And if I won that car, I'd trade that in with it and put it towards a RAV4 because I really want one of those. The Prius kind of sucks in the snow. It's a front wheel drive, but it's so lightweight. Um, I'd like a Prius. Cindy Joe, really? I got the urge. There it goes. Ugh, I got the urge. You guys are bratty. So I'd like to get a RAV4 because they're good in the snow and they're everybody I've talked to that's got one. The lady that did my hair, she said she got hers a couple of years ago and she is absolutely, she goes, it's the best car I've ever had. I absolutely love it. I saw two brand new ones yesterday. One was a silver and black. They were at Costco. They still had the dealer plates on them. One was silver and black, and one was black and white, I think. But I like the look of them. I want the hybrid because they've got more horsepower. And if you're out in the woods, you can have it in two-wheel drive. And if you need four-wheel drive and you get kind of stuck with the four-wheel drive and can't get out, if you put it in to the electric mode, it gives it more. I was watching I did a lot of research on them. I really want one really bad. But in our state, holy Toledo, I think the yearly tax on that car is like 14, or that was 2 or 3 years ago, $1,400 for car tags every year. Are you kidding me? They're supposed to be 25. We voted for that, but then they start adding, oh, but we've got fees we have to. They're crooks. They're crooks. Sorry, they are crooks. I can't wait for the vote fraud to be fixed here. I heard a fly. I heard a fly. Anyway, Free spirit. I can't even, I'm gonna have to shut down my chat. Oh, stop it. You guys, honestly. So anyway, what else have I got? Oh, I got a flosser and I couldn't figure out how to charge this stupid thing up. It's a one of these things. I got it for like 14 bucks on Amazon Prime Day. And you charge it up. I thought it was a plug-in thing, but you have to charge it. And I couldn't figure out how to get the cover off. I can't even tell where it's at to charge it, but I'm going to charge it and I'm going to use my silver hydrosol with, oh, and also the sale's still on. I forgot to say that last night. Sale's still on till the end of the month for the half off sale. Usually it's only a week. But I know people that needed to get some and they just couldn't get it at the time. So my half off the silver hydrosol stuff still on. But anyway, I'm going to use the A plus in that because when you spray your gums, I don't know if I'll be able to tolerate it because my gums were so ticklish. I couldn't because I used one once. It's like, oh, I can't do that. So hopefully this will work. If not, I'll have to give it away. But I want it to get between my teeth. I do have some tartar, which I um, pick off now and then. But this stuff with the A plus to get underneath the gums because it'll force the water between your tooth and your gum. And that will help take care of any bad bacteria in there and keep the tooth decay from happening, which is good. I'll try that and see. So let's see what else. Um, yeah, so the histamine thing, definitely a histamine issue with me, which is very, like I said, very likely that's the carnivore thing. Being away from plant material for so long, yet eating it, I've lost my what do you call it? Resistance. I lost my resistance to it. So we'll see if I'm still like that 6 months, like next spring, if I start picking, all that stuff, see if I break out. Although by then I might be ketovore. I don't know if I want to be carnivore forever because, a salad's kind of nice to have. You just have to be careful. If I go to a restaurant, I'll have to make sure that I just bring my own dressing. Avocado oil. I just found out yesterday. I wasn't sure what they got the oil from, if it was the seed or the pulp. They use the pulp and not the seed. Seed oils, I don't know if an avocado seed is considered the same, but it probably is. Seed oils cause inflammation because before I started carnivore, pretty much the only thing I was eating that should have triggered me for anything would have, because I'd had it before. I mean, I ate salad when I was on keto and lost weight and didn't have any problems. Is the seed oil because I was using sunflower seed oil to make my mayonnaise because it didn't have a flavor to it. I do not like flavored oils to make mayonnaise with because it tastes nasty. So the fun I found that was the sunflower oil. Um, but it was causing some problems, health problems. And since it causes inflammation, well, even though I didn't eat that much, I only had salads once or twice a week, I was having problems from it. It took me quite a while to get that out of my system. So avocado oil, I have had something called, was it Primal Kitchens, had an avocado oil based mayonnaise. It was so bad. I think I gave it to my sister and even she couldn't eat it. She does all that health food stuff. I mean, she's used to eating stuff that, yeah, I don't think she ate it either. But I'm got some avocado oil. I'm going to make a small batch. It's expensive, unfortunately. Yes, I'm snubbing you. I just glanced. I'm focusing down below. I'm focusing. I saw you pop up, and yes, I'm snubbing you until you stop. Anyway, I'm going to try the avocado. I've got a really smoking recipe, super easy to make, never fails, for mayonnaise. It's super good. I I loved Miracle Whip when I was a kid. I hated mayonnaise, but I loved Miracle Whip. And mayonnaise from the store is cooked. So I'm thinking, I wonder because I do want to make a Miracle Whip flavored mayonnaise. I absolutely loved it. It had sweetener, right? It had sugar in it. I mean, you think about it, if you've ever eaten it, you can taste the sugar in your memory if you think that way, like I do. So uh, I'm thinking about seeing if I can cook it and make it that way because it'll change the taste somewhat. And I'll see if I can do that because I loved Miracle Whip. I haven't tasted Miracle Whip for 20 years now. But anyway, I want to make some. I think the cooking it changed the taste of it. But yeah, this if you guys want the recipe, I might do a few videos, some food prep videos if you guys are interested in it. Because with carnivore, my ex was carnivore, is carnivore, and he went through plateaus. And it turns out when you're doing plateaus, like you'll lose weight and then you'll stop losing weight for a while. Your body is actually making muscle. Different women talked about this. I don't know if it's the same with men. Oh, before I get there, I got to tell you, he was eating avocados every once in a while. That's the one thing he ate that wasn't carnivore, and he still does it. And he said he never had a problem with avocados. It's probably because of the high fat content. They're very high fat. Lots of potassium also. So I forgot to get avocados yesterday at Costco, but they do sell them by the case at a local, or Spokane has a restaurant supply store, and they sell them by the case. I think it's $50 for a case of them, which when you end up you're spending $8 or $9 for 5 at Costco. Yeah, $50 plus you can process them and you can put them in the freezer uh to make like guacamole type stuff or use it for whatever. Yeah, you like Miracle Whip and not mayo? Yeah. It has I hated mayo when I was a kid. It would gross me. My mom would make tuna fish with mayo and it's like, oh, I don't know what's in it, but it was gross. I got something, oh, the other day, people were talking about using that Tejin's, it's tahine sauce or tahine, whatever it is. It's in a little bottle. You can get a big bottle, but it's chili powder, lime, powdered lime, and I think salt. And I used a sprinkling because I bought a bunch of it and I hadn't been using it, but I've been careful. I've only been using salt for seasoning. I haven't been using any garlic powder or onion powder um, at all for like the last 2 or 3 months because I thought I'm going to clean it out because this food's good without it. Um, but I sprinkled some of this on some chicken the other day, and it was a super light sprinkling, maybe a 32nd of a teaspoon. And I broke out. I went to bed that night. I've still got rough. This was all welted up and red. I don't know if you can see it. Now you can kind of see it. Spot here, and it like came down at an angle. I just felt on my face, and I have a spot here, and it's raised up like a welt. And when you have insulin resistance, once you get to a certain point, you start getting skin symptoms. I talked about this before. What it is like I've got it around my ears and inside my ear. I've got it on the back of my neck. Back of the neck is classic insulin resistance. And it gets this. I thought it was psoriasis because it looks just like psoriasis, where the skin builds up in layers and it itches because it's a defect where your body is pumping out more skin cells, and it's a autoimmune response, and your body's pumping out more skin cells than it should. And instead of taking a week, it takes like 15 hours, and you've got a layer. And then the next, like within 24 hours, you got 2 or 3 layers of extra skin. And so you rub your skin and you can feel it. It's kind of like, when you have a scab and the scab comes off and you've got a little bit of dry skin around it. It's like that, but it's all, oh my gosh. So I've got it on the back of my neck going up into my scalp. I've got it under my arms, and it'll be dark skin there. That dark skin is a sign of the insulin resistance too. Around my belly button and on the insides of my legs and the top of my butt crack. It's where the skin all just gets like it just builds up. I don't know why those places, but it's there. So anyway, when I ate that stuff, that teeny tiny little bit, I got this here, which I just noticed today coming out. It's almost sore. Maybe that there might be a bug bite. That's an odd spot, but it could be. I had a spider in the bedroom today. But anyway, I had these red raised welts that came across here. My ears, what'll happen is if you get the dry skin off, it'll get wet. You'll have this wet area. It's really weird. Around my belly button, it was the same way. Not my armpit so much. I don't know why not there, but I had a super severe reaction to where it was all wet. And I took a shower. Usually after I take a shower and scrub with those scrubby mitts, I scrub everything on my ears. Everything gets scrubbed really hard, and it takes all that dead skin off. And for about 24 hours, I'm good, but within 24 hours, but this was like almost within hours, this happened from that tahine sauce. Bought a bag of oranges for your son yesterday. Saw a label on them that said South Africa. Yes, Florida and California are closer. I wonder if South Africa oranges have less chemicals. Probably, I would say yeah, because here we spray them with all kinds of junk. But the fact that we're bringing them in, well, that must be part of the agreement with South Africa. Remember, President Trump met with the president of South Africa recently? Trade agreement. I've never seen oranges from South Africa before. I didn't even know they grew them there, but it makes sense that they would. Let me go grab that stuff that I used, because even if you're not doing carnivore, you might be reacting to this stuff and have health problems. You had no idea because you're reacting to whatever's in the bottle. Yeah, it's the stuff right here. It's a Mexican seasoning. Yeah, I can't tell if this is backwards for you guys or not. Really weird. Because it's backwards for me. Let me see if I can change it. Let me go off share for a second. So there used to be a thing where I could reverse. I'm not seeing it. Second cameras and windows. Huh. Oops. What happened, Captain? Did I want to share? No, I didn't want to share. I don't want to share. There. Anyway, yeah, it's this stuff. It's this stuff. I don't know what's in it. Bum, bum. It is. I thought it was just lime. Ooh, that's a really hard label to read. Holy cow, let's see. Nutrition facts. 14, a quarter teaspoon is no calories, no fat, 19 milligrams of sodium, total carbs 0, protein 0. Classico. It's Classico seasoning. I got a big bottle, non-GMO verified. Looking for the ingredients, but the writing's so small, even with my glasses. Ingredients. I got a bigger bottle. I got a brand new big bottle I haven't used. Let me go get that because I want to see what's in here that made me react so badly. I can't find it. We'll go look for it. Let's do a little search here. Search-a-rooney. Hey Nancy, how are you doing? Good to see you out there. Oh, it's not backwards for you? Good. Okay. For some, because there's a setting, it's mirror screen, and it's backwards for me, but not for you. Let me do some sharing here. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you think about it, guys. I only have my one, and that's the one I gave myself. Let's see, get that out of the way. Let's go to Amazon. They're usually pretty good about having a good. It has been slow. I don't know if it's my computer. I'm going to move my router and stuff for my Starlink. Starlink went out the other day and nobody seems to know why. I think Elon knows why. I think they got hacked. As far as I can tell, everybody's Starlink went out. Okay, what's going on here? Reload. There we go. There it is. It doesn't have the ingredients. Oh, there they are. Boy, they make it look happy, don't they? Why are they hiding the ingredients? Product details. Flavorful ingredients. A unique blend of chili pepper, lime, sea salt. And that's all that was in it, supposedly. I'd have to think they have an anti-caking agent or something. Gluten-free. It's got a, yeah, the doesn't have a heat to it. Is he putting it in his pop or his beer? He's got a mess of it on top of there. But yeah, so I had a reaction to either the silly, the chili, the salt, or the lime. And I've had chili powder. Yeah, it's kind of good. You can put on different things. It doesn't take much, only a tiny little bit. Just a like this here is way too much. You'd be gagging on that. See, like that, that's probably good. Just a little dusting. But it's good stuff. I like the taste of it. Oh, they got a fun pack. What's that? 6. I didn't know they had other varieties. Oh geez, that's why they're some of them are hot. Habanero. Oh, reduced sodium, which probably would be good because I'd rather put my own salt. Yeah, this shows you how hot it is. Um, I'd rather put my own pink salt on there instead of some cheap stuff that they're probably using. Um, chili lime sauce, chamoy sauce, sweet and savory makes it a favorite for snacks and desserts. Chipotle sauce, these chipotle chilies. Oh, they got a little recipe here. I know a lot of people doing carnivore do this. Let's see. Classico, chili lime, baby back ribs. I bought some baby back ribs yesterday. I cut them up into, the last time I cut it, a rack into 4 pieces, but it was a little bit too much for each meal. So I'm going to do them into 5, I think, 5 or 6, because that pork is really filling. Anyway, that looks pretty good. But supposedly, it's only got those 3 ingredients. So I don't know why because I was trying to think what on earth I ate that day that made me do that. And then I thought, oh, that's right. I had some of this stuff. I might try it again just to see if that's what it was, but yeah, very strange. Let's see what we got. Probably trade agreement. Yeah, I'm super sensitive to a lot of things, and I have been for a long time. I just didn't know. Yeah, pardon the hair. That's flypaper hair and excuse me. I had my hair back. I just when I'm working, I don't like hair in my face, so I put this keep my hair back and it flattens it out really bad. So I look pretty rough, but such is life. There will be days when I will look better. Cheaper car insurance. I think try differently. I know I used to change my car insurance every 6 months because they all raise it. I went to USAA and they jacked. I started out when I bought this house with my insurance for my house and my cars was 132 a month, I think. Or what was it, 132 a year or for 6 months? 132 for 6 months, I think. So I think they usually pay by 6 months. Anyway, it went up. By the time I got rid of them, it was $400. It had quadrupled in price. So I tried Costco, their Connect thing, and I got a good price with them. Wasn't great, but it was a lot better than than the USAA. Plus, I knew that rates had gone up in the 3 years. That took 3 years to get from 132 up to 400. 3 years. Screw you, because I could watch it go up every month. Sometimes it was like a $70 leap, and I'm like, yeah, this is BS. So I went to USA or to Costco Connect and checked it out because I had used them a long time ago, and they'll raise their rates too, and it was still pretty high, 2,000 a year, I think, for car, and or that was a little bit more than that because I had to pay the car separately, but yeah, it's a lot. So, but it was the cheapest I could find at the time. So, but yeah, shop around for insurance. Remember, President Trump said insurance would drop by half. That's why they're jacking all their rates up, because if they can get them up really high, then when Trump, President Trump gets them to drop, they'll still be higher than they were before because they've jacked them up so high that halving of that was still high. Oh, there is an ingredient section above the section you opened up. Oh, those would keep you in the bathroom. Yeah, it's interesting because I did use it before I started Carnivore and I liked it. I mean, what, half the bottle's gone. Where did I put the bottle? Did I put it back? Why would I do that? I don't know where I put it. Anyway, yeah, usually I ate that stuff. That's why I bought the Costco had even Walmart had a really big bottle of it. I thought it was cheaper to buy the big bottle than a bunch of little ones. So yeah, the chili, it's a mild chili. It's like I think it's a poblano. Poblanos are mild. Anaheims are mild. It's a mild chili. You don't get any heat off of it. What I get when I taste it initially is I get the saltiness, I get the lime, I get that tart, little bit of tart lime, and then that back after that you notice that, then you get the bit of chili flavor, but it's not a heat. There's not heat in it. It's just a flavor. Uh, yep, yep. Yeah, the sugar sensitivity, well, that's the insulin resistance. And apparently I've had it a really, really long time. I may even have type 2 diabetes for all I know, which I never would have expected because I never ate a lot of sugar. And until I got really bad with my dad and my mom with all that stress that happened, I never wanted sugar. So most of my life, I didn't really eat a lot of sugar. When I was working at the park years and years ago, it wasn't the sugar, it was the carbs. It was the uh, grains. I loved oatmeal with a little bit of butter and cream and a little bit of brown sugar on it. I used to love that. So bad for you. Um, I didn't know. I thought I was eating good. I thought oatmeal was good. Um, I liked noodles. I would cook up just macaroni if I had it. I'd fry macaroni in butter and eat that with a little salt. I was kind of a carb addict in that regard. A lot of people are addicted to sugar and sweets and stuff like that. To me, what I would what I would want more than anything if I was thinking about it, which I don't think about it, is noodles. I loved like angel hair pasta, all that stuff. That was the pot. I liked the noodles. Looking back on it, I think about it, they're really kind of slimy and kind of creepy in my mouth, and they get stuck in your teeth. I remember picking it out of my teeth all the time. Uh, and there's not really much flavor to it. Noodles don't have flavor. So what is it? It's the carbs. My body was wanting carbs because of the insulin resistance. So it's a merry-go-round, catch 22. But yeah, I don't crave that now. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, whenever you see somebody talking about food, you'll see them swallow because they're tasting it, and so they're swallowing it. So no, it's like I can do without them. I don't need them. There are good substitutes if I do keto, when I go revert to doing some like Ketovore. Good substitutes that don't have any carbs, and you can make them yourself. And really noodles are just a vehicle for sauce and whatever's on it. So got to get, it's kind of a mind game too, that to play with yourself if you are addicted to things like that. I see a lot of women who are addicted to sugar, and they say, oh, you can't eat sugar on don't eat sweeteners on carnivore because it'll trigger your sugar addiction, because they say they're addicted to sugar. And there are some ladies that really are like that. They cannot have a little bit of sweetener, or they'll just go hog wild and want sugar. And thank God I'm not like that. I have my Zevia Pop that sometimes just tastes way too sweet to me, and I don't like it. And I'll mix it with some soda water. I like a little bit of sweet now and then, but it's not like I crave it, like I have to have it. So yeah, it's funny how my body is getting more sensitive to things like I'm not sensitive to stevia. I do have stevia in the Zevia thing. I use allulose is supposed to be something that helps your body, helps your insulin resistance lower, supposed to help suppress it. And it's interesting because, oh, wow, who was it? Dr. Boz says you need a lot. You need to eat a lot of it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to eat a lot of that. So I'll just work on I'm going to do the peppermint, or not peppermint, what's this tea? You guys, some of it just came in. I've got papaya leaf tea. I think a lot of people have fatty liver and don't know it. The doctors have been mystified, as of course they're always mystified, because they're not trained properly. It's not because they're stupid, it's because they trusted their universities to teach them what they needed to know. And the universities are run by big pharma. They're trained now to dispense medicine to make big pharma richer. And that needs to stop. So they're mystified that so many people that don't drink, that just don't drink alcohol, have liver problems, fatty livers. Like it's being seen now when it was never seen before. Well, it's got to be the food they're eating. There is no other answer for it. It's what they've been eating. But once you get it, it takes some time to get rid of it. Carnivore does get rid of it. Keto gets rid of it. I gotta tell you, if you guys are going to do carnivore, it's much easier. I think guys can do carnivore. 60% of carnivores are women, oddly enough, and it's usually women after they get through menopause, because what happens with menopause is it messes up your hormones so bad if you have been eating things that you shouldn't be eating, or if your body's reacting. But men do carnivore so much easier because they like meat. Men are meat eaters, man. They are meat eaters. They love carnivore. The lion diet is basically beef, salt, and water. That is so restrictive. Um, I could probably do it for a month, but I like having, I haven't had breakfast yet. Probably, what? We got rain coming. Probably in an hour I'll be eating, and I bought man. Oh, by the way, what used to be $5.99 a pound, it was $7.49 a pound for chuck roast yesterday. $50 for a thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I wanted to get one just to make meat chips with. Meat chips are pretty darn, it's jerky. It's basically jerky. And I'll tell you what I did. They're really handy if you're busy but you should eat something, or you just want to, if you want a snack. It's I take the meat, and you got to keep it pretty cold. You want it fairly firm, because if you're using a meat cutter, what do you call it? The slicer, which I bought one at that yard sale where I got my coffee pot, or my espresso machine. I bought one for $5. I haven't tried it to see if it works yet, but it belonged to Lori's mom. Usually they have more than one blade with them. If this works, I don't care. But this one's a really jagged blade. It's a sharp, you don't want to touch it. But I'm gonna probably put the meat in the freezer for about an hour so it's fairly firm. and then take it out. I'm going to make these. The last beef slices I made were super thin, paper thin, too thin. They were. I didn't like it. I'm going to cut these probably a 1/4 inch thick, and I put it in the food dehydrator. I think they were in there for a day or two. I just wanted to make sure that they were good and dry, and they were good and dry. But I've got it in a glass jar on my countertop, and it's good stuff. What I did was I soaked it, and most people that are carnivore won't use soy sauce. It's fermented, so it's not got the xenoestrogen or the estrogens in it. Fermented soy is okay. It takes the bad out of it. At least that's what I was trained or learned for many years. So I sprinkled it with soy sauce, tossed it after it had been sliced. I put some Worcestershire in it, some garlic powder, some onion powder, I think a little bit of salt. Anyway, I mixed it all up and I let it sit and soak in that overnight. And then I took it out and got all the gook off of it, and then laid it out on the trays and just I put some liquid smoke in too. It turned out really, really good, but they're a little bit too thin, so they're kind of sharp when you bite into them. The edges are kind of sharp. But yeah, the flavor was really good. I'll give you guys, I'll make one, I'll make a video. I have to make a video. That's what I'll do. I will make a video. So you guys, because it's really easy. And whether you're carnivore or keto or neither, these are a good snack for kids. They last for a long time because I thought, I wonder if I'll have to put it in the fridge. So I thought I'd try it on it's so dry, there's no way anything will grow on it. Just protect it from bugs and stuff. But yeah, that turned out really good. Where was I going with that? Oh, the cost of the meat, $7.49 for a pound. So it was really expensive, but I wanted to make some more of that. I don't know if I'm going to. It's going to be so stinking expensive. I might. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I went to Costco yesterday and spent a whole bunch more money, probably $400 on meat. But I bought two. They had two. They had pork belly, and it's on sale until tomorrow. If you guys like pork belly or want to do it, yeah, I'm gonna have to make some cooking videos because I'll show you what I did. I overcooked my pork belly. Halfway through, I should have stopped it there. It was really good. After it was too over. Some people maybe like it really overcooked. I don't. I don't like hard bacon. I do not. My bacon, I like it soft, squishy, a little bit squishy. I like it with crispy edges, but I don't like it hard. I like the fat. I like the fat, I guess. Anyway, and I'd never cooked pork belly. I've never had pork belly. And I thought, who would eat that? But like I said, locally it was all sold out. So I know there's a bunch of carnivores around here. I want to know who they are. I'd like to have a carnivore club. Maybe I'll start one. So anyway, I took it. I bought two of them. And they were $10 off each pack. And the packs, they were $4 a pound for mostly fat. But yeah, I sucked it up because everybody's raving up about pork belly. So I bought two pork bellies that came to, let's see, one was $52 and one was $49, but I had $10 off each pack. So still was almost 100 stinking, no, it came to $100 for two pork bellies. But I thought, I'm going to cut that up and I can eat on that for a long time because this is big. They were big slabs. As long as they stay frozen, the meat doesn't, I'll have to eat them fairly quickly because fat doesn't freeze well for very long periods, like 6 months and I will eat them within 6 months. But I thought, I'm going to try it and see if I even like this stuff. So I chopped it up into, I don't know, 2-inch by 1/2-inch slices and threw it in the air fryer. I am loving my air fryer. I bought a new one. I gave my other one to my ex to use. And he did, yeah, he's still using it. So I had to go buy a new one because I don't want to ask. Because I loaned it to him before I started carnivore. And I have my big one, my Dutch oven or my double door one, but it's too big to cook stuff like that. And so I got a little one. This is pretty cool. The only bad thing about it is they've got slots in the back of the basket. So if you tip it too much and you're making something with a lot of fat, it'll pour fat on your floor. I found that out the hard way. But if you keep it level when you pull it out and keep it cleaned out, you can, I've got lard now because all the grease that came off of the pork belly is all now lard. I can, I'll have to have a separate can for that. I keep my bacon grease in one can, my steak grease in another. Now I've got to have a lard can. And I'll probably use, I've got a big 32-ounce can. What I do is I bought a can opener that seals the edges when you open so that you can pop the lid back on. I love that thing. because I use my cans to reseal, and I'll put the lid back on. So what I'll do is I'll use my biggest one because I'm gonna have a lot of that grease, and I'll just put it in that can, and then I'll purify it. Because what I do after I get the cans start getting full, I'll warm them up. What I do is, see, I clean them out, put them in a frying pan, get the grease just warm, and then pour it through a sieve. This is like just a metal sieve, but a big one. I'll pour it through that, and it'll take all the chunks and all the little scraps out. Excuse me. Then I'll pour it back in the can, and I've got clean grease. So anyway, with the pork rind, or the pork belly, it fried up really good in the fryer. This new fryer I've got has got a glass piece. Let's see, I guess I can do it towards you. It comes down like this, and then down front, it projects the temperature and the time left in the window. But it's all glass, and the light is on the whole time, so you can see what you're cooking and see what the progress is instead of having to open it up and pull it out. And it's got a warm up feature. It's pretty cool. So I really like it. It was a gourmet that they had on clearance in the clearance aisle at Walmart. So I was pretty happy with that. I've cooked steak in it. People kept saying, "Oh, you got to cook your steak in there," and I love fried steak. But yes, steak in the air fryer is really good. It does something to it that is unique, and it's good flavor. Oh, just salt, and it stays moist. It's nice. Yeah, steak in the air fryer is pretty darn good. I haven't cooked any bacon in there, but I've cooked the steak. I'm gonna do a pork chop, I think, for lunch or for breakfast. I'll do a pork chop, and I had a little bit of pork belly, but didn't, because I wrapped it up. What I did last night was I cut it up into sections, and then had 3 pieces each, and I rolled them up in some saran wrap, and then I do individual servings of it, and then put it in a bag and threw it in the freezer. So I just pull one section out and let it thaw out. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. But the air fryer I got with the glass window like that, I wonder if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it on Amazon. Amazon, let's see, Gourmet. Yeah, I'd never seen one like this before. I really like it. Air fryer. Let's see what pops up. See, my old one looks like this one. That's like, I'm trying to think, does it have a window on it though? I don't think it has a window. So this is what I've got in my kitchen right now. It's one of these. That's nice for doing I could almost cook a turkey in there, but like for roasting a chicken, things like that. So I don't have to pull. See, my oven right now, like everybody's oven, is a storage area for big pots and pans. And it's just kind of a pain to cook something. Let's see. They have these at Costco for $49, I think. I have a feeling this one might be discontinued because of the slots in the back. This is that's what mine looks like, which I also got at Costco on sale for $50 back when they were 100 and something, because it was the last one they had. I've got one of these. My mom had. I've never used it. She never used it either. It's like brand new. If mine ever, I should have just used this. Didn't even think about it. Oh, let's see. These are all off brands now. Yeah, maybe it was a recall or something. These double baskets are nice too. I thought about getting one of these. That's a super good price on it, $85. Buy this stuff around Black Friday. It's the best time to buy stuff. I'm not seeing it. That's weird. I think I threw the box out, so I don't have the. Yeah, instead of having it has it in the front, a glass window, but this glass window extends up and at an angle all the way up here. So you can look down on top of your food. It's pretty awesome, actually. And it was the only one they had. So it might have been a pink one. Paris Hilton makes air fryers. What do you know? Let's see if there's a name on it. I might be able to pull it up by putting a name on it. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Just be careful when you pull it out. Yeah. Panorama. It's a panorama. I get that. Panorama 7-quart. And for me, that's all I need. I don't need a bigger one. Because it's just me. Let's see. Yeah, Gourmet is making a lot of stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's not green. Mine's black. I didn't know they had other colors, but this is what I got. See, it projects the temperature and the time left. So when you walk in front of it, that's what you see. And then you can look down inside of it. Let's see what they got. I didn't really show it to you too well. Okay, there you go. So you can see the glass cover there, and it's glass on the inside. The outside might be plastic, but the inside is glass. And then the bottom, the basket also has glass, so you can look down on top. There you go. So you can see down inside of it. $150, man. I got a good price on that. It's the exact same one, except mine's all black. And supposedly it's got a double decker feature. I don't know how you do that, but maybe it was something extra you have to buy, but it made it so you could actually do a double decker. And it tells you when to turn the food. It tells you when it's heated up. I mean, I got that sucker loaded up, don't they? Anyway, yeah, that's the one I bought. So if you need one, check your sale. If you have a sale, because in our local Walmart, we have 2 sale aisle, and they put all the like vacuums and air fryers and coffee pots and baby diapers, all kinds of stuff go in there. So yeah, I got a really good deal on that. Yeah, I just saw it and it's like, oh, I grabbed it. It's like, I need one of these. I'm not going to ask Bill for that one back. So anyway, that's what I got. That's what I got. I like the pink. I would buy it. I like pink though. I would have everything in my kitchen either white or pink. I bought um electric salt and pepper grinders and I love them. They don't hold much, only like that much in that big round. But the salt, I put my regular fine salt in it. And when I grind it, it comes out like powder, which is perfect and it's got a LED light that shines down so you can see exactly how much you're salting. You never over salt with it. Pepper, it's got more of a coarse grind for the pepper, but mine are white. I got those in white on Amazon. It is a cool air fryer. I'm really impressed with it. Yeah, it works really well. Um, and it's fairly quiet, but I like the glass. That was my favorite part because I like to see, because sometimes you don't know how long to put it in the fryer for. And so I'll go look at it and see if it's getting about to where I want it. And then, because sometimes, like yesterday with the pork rind or the pork belly, it went too long. It cooked it was on for 20 minutes because it's thick. And I thought, well, but when it came time to flip it over, I thought, okay, maybe 5 more minutes. Well, 5 minutes was too long. And well, that's the way it goes. But supposedly the more fat, women need more fat. But my ex said that when he bumped up his fat, he started losing weight really fast. So his body needed that fat. And it was hanging on to the weight because weight is fat, right? When he started intaking fat, the body didn't need to hold on to that fat reserve anymore. So I'm hoping that will work for me too, because I knew that I wasn't bringing in enough fat. It was a struggle for me to get up to 70%. Most people have 80 to 90% fat in their diet when they're doing carnivore to lose weight. And you can drop that back down. You don't need to stay there forever, but I'd say pork belly is fat. It's like eating all the fat of bacon. There was a little bit of meat on it, not a whole bunch, but that wasn't too bad. It was tolerable. I kind of had a little bit like sometimes things kind of gag me, but it wasn't too bad. The flavor overrode the gag thing. Wonder what I spilled. See a bunch of white powder over there. Oh, my cocaine stash. What is that? It's been bugging me. Oh, look. I have no idea what it is. I don't have anything powdery over it. Well, I guess I had. I have no idea what that is. It's spilled. Oh, I wonder if it's stevia. I had a little pot with stevia. How on earth did that get spilled though? Sometimes I wonder if somebody's been in my house. Things have a weird way of moving around. Or maybe I'm sleepwalking. I've never done it before, but my thing says we're supposed to get rain. Oh, check this out. Did I tell you guys about doing okay, get this out of the way. I didn't tell you guys about this. I am doing a thing with Amazon where I do product reviews. They invited me to do it. I'll do that. You do a product review and you get to keep what you have a chance. You can order. There's up like 10 or 11,000 items at any given time. All the good stuff is snapped up pretty fast. Yesterday, I could have got a kid's bike, like a toddler bike, like a Hot Wheels thing. It was $100 for when you first start out. You have to do your reviews. You have to do 70 reviews within a certain amount of time. And when you do that, then you get bounced up. You go from silver level to gold level, where you can order as much stuff as you want. And there's no restriction. Excuse me. But when I get to the gold level, I'm going to start ordering because they have a lot of Christian based stuff. I'm going to order some stuff like that. So when I do my Bible giveaway, which I forgot to do last night, I was really going to do that. Then I can use those as premium, but I have to pay tax on everything. So it's not all free, but they pay for shipping. I got these earrings. They have a pink stone, and you get to pick. There's tons of stuff to pick from. But I have a they're sterling. They have a sterling post on them. I'm allergic to metals, so other than silver and gold and platinum. But these little earrings, I don't know if you can see them very well. Yeah, that's better. They had clear, but I like pink, obviously. But I have a topaz ring, a birthstone ring. So my topaz is my birthstone, and the birthstone ring looks exactly like these earrings. Got it from Macy's a couple of years back. And here's the other pair, which I think are super cute. Super cute. They're kind of the same, but they've got a curl on them, and they look really expensive and they feel expensive. But they're really, really cute. But I'm gonna be doing this, and I have to hang on to things for I think a month, and then I can do whatever I want with them, give them away, throw them away, whatever. But I've got those. They got automotive stuff. I got this license plate set, license plate cover. It's got all the stuff that goes with it. I'm going to spray paint this, probably pink, pink or silver. But there's two of them here. I bought them for my car and my truck for the front, or got them. I think they were $9 regular. And I did my review on them. As soon as I get things in, as a matter of fact, today I've got 3 tops coming in, a couple things coming in, but you never know what you're going to find on there. But I needed these because Washington State just started making it $100 a piece for replacing a license plate, and they're making them now so they peel up really easy. So I thought if I put these on the front of my car and the front of my truck, so when I'm going down the highway, the salt water or the salt spray, whatever, the road stuff, that stuff won't eat into the plate. I also got a can crusher yesterday. I've got to hook up. What else did I get? Oh, I like fancy stuff, as you know. Oops. Here's my can crusher. I got to put that up today because I drink a lot of Zevia. But yeah, this is the can crusher I got. I haven't hooked it up. I did a review on it, I think, because a can crusher is a can crusher. Yeah, it works. But I needed one. I knew somebody that had one that was really handy. She drank a lot of beer. Uh, I think that was only like $9. But some things I ordered today, I ordered a tire inflator to keep with my mountain bike or with my electric bike. So if my tire starts losing air, I can use that to pump it up. I got these were really cute. You guys, you won't care about these, but for me, these are napkin rings. They had different kinds. They have a lot of different napkin rings, but I thought these were really cool for Christmas and birthday party type stuff like that. I don't, but check it out. Aren't those cute with the little rhinestones in the middle? And because the napkin will roll right through there. But yeah, these I do the review. I pay the tax. I think they send me a tax bill or they give me a thing to pay uh in income tax or something like that at the end of the year. I'm not sure how that works, but so tax, like if something's $20, our tax here is 8%. So it would be $1.60. I pay for something that's $20. And these are some shoes. Shoes usually go really fast. They came in a thing like this. I take pictures of some of it. Um, free. Just pay the tax on them. I think these were $50. I tried them on. The only thing I didn't like about it, this is a jelly stuff, so it's flexible. But right across here, you kind of have to flip it up a little bit when you put your foot in because otherwise it'll cut into your foot a little bit. But they fit true to size. They're nice, and I like the kitten heel. But yeah, so anyway, I'm having fun with this, and I'll eventually be putting some of this stuff up for sale. I'll be selling it I'll make a Facebook page or something to sell it. The clothes, I ordered some clothes. The clothes were nice. Yeah, yeah. So it's cool. It'll be. Oh, I showed you the lace. Yeah, I'm sure I'll clean it up for me, for sure. But anyway, yeah, it's been fun to order things, and if you don't get in right away and get it, it's like it's gone, it's gone. Yeah. So I'm guessing the food thing that I got, I'm guessing will probably come down in price because that's an awfully high price for one of those things. So if you guys are interested in it, I can give you a link to it. That was the only one that came up for the panorama. It was the only one. I'll put the link out there for you because I'm guessing that'll have to come down. Oh, that's right. That's right. I did show you those things last week. Oh, it's not going to go on there. The link's too big. Um, the lace wrist things that were all tore up. What time is it? I probably have my mails probably in by now. I probably have my stuff because it's kind of like Christmas. It's exciting to see what there is. But yeah, it's been interesting. But they have a lot of Christian stuff like keychains, mugs. Oh, I ordered which I will be probably giving away because I'm not one. Nana, it's a sterling silver necklace that was like $80. It's sterling silver. It's got rhinestones in it. It's a heart with a little doodad at the top. In the middle, it's in gold. It says Nana. It's for a grandma necklace. I'm not a grandma, so I figured I'd probably end up giving that away. Maybe have some kind of a deal around Black Friday with the purge. I just do a random thing when I have my sale, and the person that gets the maybe spends the most, or just have a raffle or something and give it away. But it was cute. What time is it? 12:30. How long have I been yapping here? Oh, I closed. I gotta go find my channel. See how, let's see. Review my channel. There we go. Mute tab. Yeah, I'm looking rough today. I look like my mom when she's in her 80s. Um, only got 2 people watching. I started an hour and 4 minutes ago. 3 watching now. Hello, whoever just came in. It's probably me. I'll bet it's me. So we have 2 people watching. So we got Free Spirit. Yeah, not many people watching. But yeah, for my thing for Carnivore, I guess I should wrap it up. For Carnivore, I haven't noticed anything physical other than the histamine issue, which is easily avoidable. I mean, that's just wear long sleeves and gloves. I can take care of that. Oh yeah, no, when I put my arms down, my shirt had the apparently, they have the little bits of oil and plants. It must have had that dusting on my, because when I put my arms across my stomach, it felt like I was being poked with needles all over my arms. And I had that before when I had an allergy to a guinea pig. But so I had to take that shirt off. I couldn't because it was just messing with my arms. But other than the histamine problems, um, taking the salt and the ketones is helping. I'm going to be interested to see in a few days if I get below 197 pounds. If I do, I'll know I'm losing weight, that the ketones are working. So I'll have to order more. They're so expensive, but if that's what it takes, I'll have to do it. So if I get below that, because I've been at 200 pounds for a month or two. Before that, I mean, I had that one day I was down to 194, but that I think the scale wasn't. I think I stepped on it wrong or something, so it didn't catch all the weight. That was a fluke. But if I start going down, then I'll know finally, and then you'll see some changes. Wow, I'm just looking at my video on YouTube, and I've got what do you call it? It's writing out what I'm saying, which is cool. I didn't know it was set to do that. But anyway, yeah, so when that starts happening, and I'm at 4.5 months right now, or 3.5 months. Yeah, I'm at 3.5 months. Um, I expect within the next month or two to start losing weight, but possibly now. I mean, I've dropped, doesn't sound like a lot, but the last time I weighed myself, I was 202 pounds, and now I'm at 197. So keep the fingers crossed that this salt and the ketones. Plus, I'm getting up a little bit. And if I'm losing weight, even if it's just a pound or two and stays consistent, that means that my insulin resistance is finally starting to recede, which is what I want. Because if it's not receding, I'm not going to be able to lose the weight for something. It's just how the body works, and I want to make sure, because I want to do this. I want to be successful, and I think God gave me this challenge and made it so extremely hard for me because there are other people out there. There aren't many. I am an exception to most rules that I'm having such a hard time losing, but that's a good thing because God will want me to help others who have the same problem that have been people, they've been trying and nothing's working for them. So taking the salt, doing the ketones, um, what else was I doing? Oh, this tea, the papaya leaf tea, doing all three of these things every day, getting rid of that fat on the liver because apparently it stimulates the things for the acid or the insulin resistance. That will be a good thing to know because I want to be a counselor because I'm always giving advice anyway, or not advice. I guess it's personal opinion, advice for people. I don't like seeing people sick. So it's nice, it'd be nice to be able to do that and help people get better and lose weight. And then they can go out and help other people and just let it be a big ripple and just get out there and help. I hate seeing sick people. I like those two ladies I saw at Costco yesterday. I didn't finish telling you about them. I knew they were very ill, and it was partially, if not all of it, what they're eating and possibly medicine they're on. They were they were probably my height, 5'7", 5'9", something like that. But their legs, their calves were this big around, and their thighs were about the same. It was lipedema. It was absolutely lipedema. Their arms were like that. They were bigger than me. Um, they were young enough that it was still solid for them, but you could see it, the dimpling in the lower legs and how it went down to the ankles. Their ankles were not big. Their feet were not swelled up, but their body was tight and swelled with this stuff, with these toxins. And like I tell people, when you break a thumb or a wrist, your area swells up. And that's the body senses an injury. And when you're eating poison, they're the ones that had the strawberries. As a matter of fact, that I let cut in front of me. They had a package of strawberries, which were probably coated in poison. They got them thinking they were going to be a healthy snack. Who knows what was on them? I remember my mom and I came back from Spokane one time when we'd been to Costco and she bought a big thing of strawberries. and they stunk up the whole car. It smelled, somebody had pooped on them or something. It was gross. You had to throw them away. Oh, geez, it stunk the car up. But it was like a strawberry smell with a fecal smell. It was, and I've heard about the pickers out. They don't have bathrooms out there in the field, you know. Anyway, so these two girls I looked, they're probably in their 40s, maybe. Hard to tell. They both wore glasses. They looked a lot alike, but they had the full face, they had the big arms, the thick trunk, but they weren't like way overweight. They were overweight, but it was a strange look to them. Like, you guys have seen that, I'm sure. And they were wearing shorts, so I could get a good look at their legs. They had dimples in the backs of their knees, which I got which was interesting. What I got when I was in high school. So yeah, so I'm hoping I can help people like that. I can hand them a business card or something in the future when I get to be a counselor and help people feel better, because they can't be feeling good. When you're packing around any extra weight, think about it, even 8 pounds. Pack around a gallon of water with you sometime. That's 8 pounds, or a gallon of milk. Pack that around and drag that around all day. Just 8 pounds. I've got 70 pounds to lose. I'm packing 70 pounds around with me all day. So hopefully that'll be much less next week, and then even less after that. That would be nice. It'll happen. It did with keto. I don't know why it's taking a long time with what I'm doing now, but I think it's the insulin resistance. We're getting there. We're getting there. Excuse me. Yeah, hopefully I hope so, Free Spirit, because excuse me, I'd like to be a good role model for people. Because when it's something's not working the way you expect it to, or it should be, it's hard to inspire other people to try something. So while I may be heavy doing it, by September, I think I have a month to see what happens in the next month, and it should kick in by then. We'll see. Within the next week, I'll know if my numbers are coming down or not. Yes, I agree, Free Spirit. Strawberries are said to have the most pesticides used. Yeah, so growing your own, they're much better anyway. They taste so much better. If you get there are some that put on all summer, but they don't put on as prolifically, the everbearing, and they have a V. They're V-shaped ones. Those are everbearing. So ones that have the rounded bottoms, those are regular. I don't know. I can't remember now what you call them. But yeah, I'd like to plant a bunch of strawberries. Strawberries are keto, and you can have like a quarter cup of them because they do have sugar in them, but they are keto. They have blueberries. Most berries are huckleberries. But there's a carnivore recipe for ice cream, and I tried it and I didn't like it because it was it was like chipping stone to try get it out of you have to let it kind of half melt, and that's like, nah. I have a good keto recipe, and I'm not, at this point, 3 months in, I'm not, and I think most people should do carnivore once they do it for at least 3 months to get their bodies cleaned out, so when they do have something that they're sensitive to, they can write it down and make sure that they've got a list. Do not eat. Try it again in like 6 months and see if you're tolerating it then, because your body does adjust sometimes to things like that, to allergies and things. But for, like, I thought about last night or coming home from Spokane, I thought about it, to making a carnivore. It's more of a ketovore thing, but having just a tiny bit of strawberry, making a keto strawberry sauce with fresh strawberries. Only a little bit, a couple tablespoons would be all it would need. There's a keto recipe for marshmallows. There's a keto recipe for a lot of things. You guys have no idea. Keto is super flexible. You just aren't eating sugar, and you're not eating grains. You're not eating starches. And there are substitutes for that stuff that after a while, it's like, it doesn't taste odd. It tastes really good. And I've given the no-bake cheesecake. My sister has eaten that and loves it. She loves it, and I like it so much better than cooked cheesecake. That's a keto thing. Actually, you can make it carnivore. I've made it carnivore. Some carnivores are purists. They don't want any vanilla. They don't want any stevia or erythritol or anything like that. I'm not. I did it for the first 3 months. I was pretty clean about that, except I did have stevia. But now it's like, no, I'm going to try this. Oh, I've had vanilla. It didn't bother me. So I'm going to try making, because I do have a really good recipe for ice cream that stays soft, but you have to order an ingredient from YouTube, from Amazon or wherever. It's very expensive, but you only need a tiny bit of it. But it keeps the ice cream from getting rock hard. So when I get ice cream, if I want ice cream, I want it now. I don't want to wait an hour for it to thaw out, and then you have to put it back in the freezer. No, this stuff makes it so it's kind of like it's a little bit more firm than a soft serve, but it's scoopable. It keeps it soft, and you use erythritol because if you use or allulose, you have to use allulose because if you use erythritol, it will crystallize, and you don't want those crystals. It gives it a bad texture. Or you can use stevia. So you can use stevia or allulose. Allulose is one of those products that helps drop your insulin resistance. So it's good if you have insulin resistance. And if you got a belly, you got insulin resistance. So the ice cream I made, it has egg yolks, it's got cream. And I figured if I'm going to stop eating cream for a little while, but I thought if I'm going to start, if I start losing weight, I'm not going to bother with not eating cream, because when I was on keto, I had cream and I still lost weight. So some people don't, but we'll see in the next week or two if I don't lose weight, because I did buy some cream yesterday and it usually lasts me quite a while. We'll see. I may have to go, but I did it for a month. I went off of cream for a month and it didn't do anything. I got no positive results from it. So I kind of think it's not an issue. So anyway, it's cream, egg yolks, I think it's gargum, um, allulose or stevia. If after you're on keto for a while or carnivore, you're going to get your taste buds cleaned out from the sugar, and you should be able to tolerate stevia really well. Flavor wise, a lot of people, they say, oh, it's bitter. Well, I found that if I had something with sugar in it and then had something with stevia in it, the stevia would taste bitter. The sugar does something to your taste buds. So once your taste buds are cleaned out, you should be able to have stevia. And the vanilla cream that I can't think of who puts it out, it's in a bottle, a dropper bottle. Really good. They make several different flavors. A chocolate, I put that in my coffee sometimes. Really good stuff. Anyway, for the ice, and you can use that in your ice cream to flavor your ice cream. And you can buy flavorings and see how tolerant you are to them, but you'll know right away if you're going to react to it. So you can make your own ice cream, especially now. I'm swallowing. I must be getting hungry. I don't feel hungry, but I probably am. But you can make your own ice cream, and it's not going to spike your blood sugar like a regular ice cream would with all the sugar. But I thought about taking the strawberries and kind of mashing them and making like a puree with but raw. I love raw strawberry, the flavor. Kind of mushing them up and making like a kind of a syrup out of them. And you can cook it and make a strawberry syrup that way too. And then just drizzling, once I make the ice cream, drizzling it over the top, and then doing some marshmallow, like a marshmallow cream that's carnivore or keto, and mixing that through the ice cream and have a strawberry marshmallow ice cream. Wouldn't that be good? And it's guilt free. Yes. So anyway, what do we got here? About 2 hours. I've been yapping long enough. So that's one of the things I'll try. Do an experiment. Maybe I'll do a live experiment. I need another camera. I do need to buy another camera. Uh, my sister and I are going to ride on the Hiawatha Trail on our bikes, and I want to videotape the whole thing. So I need a good camera, because I was using my phone, but it sucks the power out of it so fast. So I need a cam. I'll see if my ex if he's going to be home. He's got a Hero camera that he doesn't use, or not a Hero. What do you call him? Yeah, he's got a camera he's not using. I'll see if I can get that from him. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off. So I think this is week 13. I started on the 20th. So yeah, tomorrow is the beginning of my 14th week, I think. Let's see, April, May, see, May, June, July. That's 3 months plus 2 weeks. Yeah, so 12, 13, 14, yes, 14. Yeah, so tomorrow starts my 14th week of carnivore. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. Appreciate that. So I'm gonna peel out of here, you guys, because I gotta go to see if I won a card today too at 4 o'clock, and got things to do. I gotta put some sprinklers out, and looks like it's my weather thing keeps saying we're gonna have rain. I don't know where my phone is, or I'd find out. So you guys have a great week. I hope I have better news next week. Wouldn't that be nice if I started dumping the weight? You'll see it in my face. My face looks a lot different. So Any hoots, you guys have a great week. Be blessed, and I will see you. I might come on in the middle of the week. Depends. We'll see how things go. So I shall see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye.